Hi colleagues, each year has a lesson for us. 2020, for example, when the pandemic hit, reminded us that people are braver, kinder, more resilient and more adaptable than they seem in an ordinary year. If you are South African, 1994 was a year full of lessons, that problems that seem impossible can be solved, that divisions can be healed, that the rule of law and democracy can prevail. I suppose for Europeans, 1989 would contain a similar lesson. For Africa in general, perhaps 1963, when the Organization of African Unity, now the AU, was founded. So what are the lessons of 2025? One pretty obvious lesson is that the world can surprise us. This year, we have seen the most rapid and dramatic change of the world's economic and political structure since the end of the Cold War, or arguably, even since the end of World War II. But I want to suggest to you that there are actually two deeper lessons from 2025. First, the world economy and the multilateral system are robust. They do not depend on any single country. Growth is holding up, and market volatility has subsided. In its latest update, the IMF expects that the growth rate of the world economy will reduce by just 0.1 percentage point on the prior year to 3.2%, which is exactly its long-run average. The IMF now expects that sub-Saharan Africa will grow at 4.1% this year. Again, very close to the long-run average. And as we have just seen at the B20 and the G20 in Johannesburg, the global business community and the majority of national governments remain firmly committed to a multilateral and rules-based international order. The second lesson of 2025 is, I think, even more interesting and encouraging. What is the correct response to volatile and uncertain times? The answer is clear. Stick to your values, stick to your habits, stick to your strategy, and just get things done. Let us take this opportunity to remind you of our habits and our restated values. Our values are the fundamental beliefs that guide and shape workplace behaviors, decision-making, and culture. As you will remember, we restated our values at the end of September. Same ideas, more modern language. We are deeply committed, boldly pioneering, trusted stewards, guided by empathy, unfailingly honorable. Our habits framework guides the way in which we show up and deliver our promises and our priorities. They are: act with courage, so seek solutions, challenge the status quo, adapt and grow. Inspire excellence, so invite perspectives, create shared meaning, celebrate success. Deliver with purpose, therefore focus on what matters, do what's right, not what's easy, make it happen. This year our group has done exactly that. We have delivered with purpose. This is why we can look back on 2025 with satisfaction. Just to remind you of some highlights this year. We launched our representative office in Egypt. We were recognized as one of the world's most trustworthy companies by Newsweek, as one of the world's best companies by Time, as one of the world's best employers by Forbes, and as Africa's best bank by Euromoney. We played a leading part in South Africa's B20. In fact, have a look at this chart. We are the unmatched thought leader on finance and economic development in Africa. Most important of all, we are now highly confident that we will reach our financial targets for 2025, which are to grow revenue by between 7 and 9% between 2021 and 2025, achieve a cost-to-income ratio approaching 50%, and achieve an ROE within the target range of 17 and 20%. Thank you all. We're focused on what matters and achieved what we have set out to achieve. Of course, for many of us, the busiest part of the year is about to start. To those colleagues who are working through the holiday season, thank you for your dedication and make sure you take a break when the rest of us get back from holidays. For those going on leave, I wish you all of the very best for the holidays. I'm planning to spend a lot of quality time with my family, make progress with a big pile of books I want to read, get a bit more exercise, and generally recharge for the year ahead. I hope you will also be able to rest and recharge. 2026 is going to be another very busy and very successful year for the group. Be kind, look after yourself, serve our clients brilliantly, keep on growing Africa. Let's go out there and win.